ESPN's College Football Thursday, brought to you by Pontiac, official performance machines of the NCAA, and Bud Light, for the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down.
Stadium in Shreveport, number 3 Miami taking on Louisiana Tech. Mike Tirico, Lee Corso, Kirk Herbstreit, Dr. Jerry in the 80s. Humidity is high. Louisiana Tech won the toss, elected to receive. Mark Jet kicks, and off we go on College Football Thursday. From 4 yards deep, Chris Norwood comes out, gets around the corner, and steps out of bounds at the 24-yard line. He's back there at the 24 is where the drive will start. 72 passes against the Canes.
Luke brings 4 years of starting experience, coming off a year where he'd like to minimize his mistakes. He's excited for a chance at redemption off that year last year.
First one is a run to the senior Ralph Davis, who picks up about 4 yards.
Cool. Watch him try to go deep over the Miami defense, number 14.
Look at the offensive line on the Bud Light starting lineups. After 2nd and 7. These guys love to throw it, but need to establish the run. McCown, a good athlete, throws on the run, and it's intercepted. And his inbounds and an interception as Sean Taylor went over the bench, but comes back. Okay, so the junior who had 4 INTs shows what he's made of with the INT.
Ed Reed, 2 years ago, really, people thought about him very highly. I want to watch the athletic ability and the closing speed from Sean Taylor. After he sees play action, the bootleg, look at him close in and make that play. That's the best safety in college football, Sean Taylor.
Tackle made by Antonio Crow. So after the Taylor interception, great field position.
High school athletes I've ever seen. Ryan Moore will be a superstar at Miami someday.
And with the loss of Andre Johnson, they're looking for Moore to really become that go-to guy. He can stay healthy.
Needing to get to the 37, Louisiana Tech rushes 4. Berlin has time to survey the field, and it's caught for the first down at the 24 by the aforementioned Ryan Moore. Out of Orlando in front of Jaron Wisham, 18 yards the pickup. 70 miles east of us, this is the biggest home game La Tech has had in the regular season. Needing to get to the 16 to keep the drive alive. Berlin throws complete. It is Moore. It is touchdown for the first time in his career. And there might be a lot more of that to come. A 23-yard hookup for these two guys who got to work on the scout team together last year. And how about Brock Berlin coming back to his hometown, opening drive, and they go down the field, and he scores a touchdown. New kicker for the Canes, it's John Petty, a redshirt freshman out of Clearwater, Florida. And he scores his first point in his career. Number 19 hanging in his locker over in Ruston to try to avoid the mistakes, and it happened on the 2nd play of the season. Ryan Moats in the game at tailback, 5 in the pattern, and McCown is brought down. He's sacked. Strong play off the corner for Javon Nanton.
Pass protection, but especially by Frank Gore.
I'd like to see a tailback step in there and pick up that blitz linebacker like that.
After the loss of 6, McCown adjusts the play out of the spread offense. It's that long handoff to DJ Curry. Necktied by Sean Taylor. Sean Taylor has made his presence felt very early here tonight. That's just a gain of 2 yards. He's kicking. He was not so good his sophomore year or freshman year. Really good his sophomore season. Struggled a bit last year. A lot of hang time, but room to return from the 34 for Antrell Roll, who breaks free, and he's going to go. There are no flags, and Miami's on the board twice in the first 5 minutes. Touchdown.
Let's go, Miami! Let's go, UM!
I guess they're good again, huh?
Well, I think they're out to make a statement here in week 1. I mean, this is a great job of setting up the blocks by Antrell Roll. You can see he sets it up to get to the right, but once he makes that cut right there, he cuts back against the grain. There's nobody left. Nice blocking, but great instincts by Antrell Roll to take that all the way back. Miami means business tonight. Oof.
Well, that man, Jack Bicknell, told us as the extra point attempt by Petty is good. We set with 66 yards. He takes the 36-yard punt back the distance.
Not a bad way to start the season.
The interesting thing, they got a guy named Roscoe Parrish sitting on the sideline and might be the world's greatest punt return. They might just have to put them both back there, because I'm telling you what, the way it looks right now, they're going to have to kick away from those guys. Boy, they're
Roscoe a little dinged up. That's probably opened the door there for Antrell Roll.
Right. Parrish averaged 14.5 yards per punt return last year, and Larry Coker's team had to stew all season after the setback to Ohio State in the championship game. The game they were so close to winning, and you never know what the focus is going to be in an off season. Will the guys come back with a little chip on their shoulder? It is the beauty of this sport that there is no preseason, so you have no idea what's coming out of the tunnel the first week of the year. And we've seen Miami not only has the people, but they also have the attitude that we've come to know. Mark Gent's third kickoff of the season. A wise decision by Chris Norwood to stay back on the touchback. Well, you know, it's a huge weekend. We'll tell you what the Saturday doubleheader is, starting at noon Eastern on ESPN. Wisconsin, chic pick by some in the Big Ten. Go to West Virginia, where they'll have to make some defensive adjustments on a surprise team last year. And beware of South Florida, as Alabama's had 3 different systems in the last 8 months. A lot going on. Mike Shula's debut for the Crimson Tide, all part of Rust-Oleum Epoxy Shield presents ESPN's Labor Day kickoff weekend. 5 games in 13 days on the networks, Lee.
And Alabama has Oklahoma next week, and that's all they've been talking about in Alabama, right?
A lot of focus on Oklahoma.
ESPN.
They better be careful. South Florida can play defense.
So 1st and 10, McCown and company start from the 20. Here's Ryan Moats, a sophomore scat back out of Dallas. Get it out to the 24. DJ Williams and Mo Sykes in on the tackle. Why don't we introduce you to this Canes defense that was as stingy as you had last year. They're going to rotate a whole bunch of guys on those ends. Baraka Atkins already has made a play. Vince Wilfork is the great personal story we'll get into later. He also may be their best defensive lineman. Wilfork lost both of his parents in a short period of time last year. Played with a heavy heart in that championship game. But his world was enlightened in February when he became a dad for the first time. After the gain of 4, another pass loses 4 yards. This was thrown back to Freddie King.
Tonight, Kellen Winslow. It's Winslow time right about now.
It's a big play for Louisiana Tech's defense.
It's a 3rd and 8 play. It's a screen to Gore, who has 2 blockers. He has a first down, and he has more out to the 43-yard line.
Well, I think the defense from Louisiana Tech was thinking the same thing. That little pump fake there frees the linebackers just long enough to pick up some great blocks downfield. And Frank Gore is a guy, when he gets into the open field with a few...
Said, Coach, I don't have a bad leg. He's done such a great job on rehabbing, and he didn't feel any of the stress and strain in returning. Devin Hester in motion, has it in his belly on the reverse. Nice cut up the field for Hester, who has the first down, easily moving to the 42-yard line. They told us to watch out for Hester on special teams, and he is a special freshman.
Darnell Jenkins, Ryan Moore. We're going to see a lot of new faces on the outside. This is pretty much what the first quarters looked like early in the first series. Sean Taylor, the interception. Miami turned that into 6 points. Ryan Moore beats man coverage. Berlin puts it right on the money. And then Antrell Roll, first punt return for the Miami Hurricanes this season. Takes it all the way back, picks up some good blocks, shows the open speed in the open field to take it in. The Canes all over Louisiana Tech and on the move yet again.
This drive started at their own 20. The time for Berlin to set and throw. Perfect against the zone to Roscoe Parrish. Still going to the 18-yard line. Give him 26. Parrish, Hester, Beard, Moore.
Whew. The thing that stands out right away with Brock Berlin, you talked about being around Steve Spurrier, his patience and sitting in the pocket and waiting for plays to develop. His receivers are crossing deep routes downfield. Thinner, but he told us he put on about 15 pounds. We haven't called his name out. No. And you know what? He says he's learned to really enjoy blocking. That was a part of his game he worked really hard on in this offseason, to get stronger and to become more physical.
1st and 18 as Gore gets a lot of it back with his run up the middle. John Nash with season, and I said 32 here in the regular season. 3rd and a couple. It is Gore galloping for the first down, stays on his feet, strong to the 3. 1st and goal
for this game.
McCown with 3 receivers, going for Tremisian Davis again, out of bounds, incomplete, and boy, that was really close. It goes on, so log on this exciting Labor Day kickoff weekend and get adjusted to the new season. Frank Gore, 15 first down yards, out to the 25. Luke came across the border east one state to play here in Louisiana. Gives it to Ryan Moats, who looked good on that last big carry. He's not an here at the minus 30, your own 30. Faked it into the belly, gave it into Davis, I should say. And that's 5 yards later than he started. Baraka Atkins, redshirt freshman off the end. 6'4", 255. Their freshmen look like seniors. Look at that guy. Monday Night Football with Alan, John, and Lisa Guerrero. That'll be in HD as well. So you're going to have HD Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night on ESPN and ABC. It's really cool. Great to start our Thursday season with it as well. Kellen Winslow. There's a guy you don't need to see in HD. You can have a good old like, pocket TV.
How about that toe touch there? That was sweet.
3rd and 4. They go over the middle for Winslow. First down and more across the 45. Ball came down, but they say after Winslow was down. And here he is in his final go-around trying to be more of an impact player on this Miami team. He's a safety valve on 3rd and 9. This pass is caught for the first down to Ryan Moore, this terrific freshman, as it at the third.
Country every day in practice.
Pump to the right, back to the left. Trademark Canes play. Gore makes it work for the first down across the 25. As soon as his helmet came off, the ball.
Now, at least they know the lineup.
And they've made some great adjustments.
Yes, they have.
This is Miami offense.
Ralph Davis back in the backfield on the run. Man, wide open. It's caught. Couldn't keep his feet, but Eric Franklin flipped the field to the 18-yard line.
He threw that about 55 yards, moving towards the sideline. Great throw by McCown.
All the way around. Franklin, the great speed to catch up to the ball after McCown gave it enough air. Now they put it on the ground, and the Canes have it. And this is D.J. Williams, who was one of the best high school running backs in the country. You're not catching him. Touchdown. And just like that, put a pin in the balloon.
When Ryan Moats got hurt, as soon as he got hurt, they brought Davis back in the game with no timing, and he fumbles the football. And that play right there could, I'm just saying it, could ruin this football game. And
no player on this Miami team coming back had more starts than that man right there, D.J. Williams. Starting his 27th game here tonight, was the National High School Player of the Year. Big-time running back, a lot of people thought. Flipped him over to the defensive side when he got here to Miami, and could end up being a very high-round linebacker pick. We'll get to the NFL. He went.
If you read screen, defense alignment of the key, taking it away inside out, running it down.
They were in field goal range until Wilfork came up with that sack. So back-to-back plays by Vince Wilfork forces Louisiana Tech back to the 40.
Trzynski are going to have a few things to say to this offense to try to get him in gear.
Here is Gore trying to turn the corner, does just that, and picks up 15 yards, showing the Smith. Right back to Gore. He can break one at any time, too. So you're not exactly killing the clock. He gets 5 to the 3rd and 2 chance to show that physical desire from the coach on the give to Gore.
That's it.
Wasn't touched till 7 yards past the line of
Of Miami taking a run to a national title.
After the offside, 1st and 5. Gore coming off his reconstructive knee surgery. Recovered 59 yards on this drive. Gore covers more. 1st and goal for Miami. As I'll mark that one just inside the 10. The strong safety, Lee Johnson.
Two defensive backs in last year and had that record.
2nd and 9 from the 14. Out of the gun, McCown has pressure coming. Hits the hot man underneath. What a stick. Somehow, Julius Cosby was able to hang on. Sean Taylor.
All right. If you're playing Miami and you're coming across the middle, you want to keep out a look for the visor. When 2-6 is anywhere close to the middle, just get ready, because it's ear hole time.
Is he 6'3", 230?
He is a specimen. That's the best looking safety in the world.
He went from he changed visors from the
yellow
nighttime. It's easier to see
yellow mirror to the clear.
3rd and 3. McCown fakes one way. Boom. Back the other. Vince Wilfork gets Eric Franklin. Winslow's success with Dan Fouts and Eric Coryell, the Chargers. They have the John Jeffersons of the world around them to spread it out. That's what this Miami offense does to free up Winslow at times. Devin Hester from a couple of yards deep has a big seam, has the kick to beat, and Scobie slowed him down enough to prevent a touchdown.
Sometimes looks to who he's going to throw to before the play even happens.
3rd and 7, looked that way and completed it to Ryan Moore.
Alabama's going to be that good this year. I think they got a chance to lose the opener. They're going to lose the second game.
Yeah.
That's 0-2 right out of the box.
You think they can lose to South Florida Saturday?
Absolutely.
I think if they win 8 games this year after everything they've been through, that is unbelievable.
Winslow split to the top of the screen. They look that way, throw that way, and what a catch! Touchdown! Yeah, Heisman pose in August is a little early, but plays like that get you the recognition like that.
Who do you put on him? A corner? A safety? A linebacker? I mean, it's a tough matchup because of that ability right there. He's got the athleticism of a wide receiver. He needs to knock that off first game of the year against Louisiana Tech. Get him ready for the Florida Gators next week. You would think up 31-6 with the third quarter almost over. This game pretty well in hand. They would not need to do that, but like I said, maybe this is a situation where you want to get Vilma a little bit of work.
Top tackler of the last 2 years, slowed by a right hamstring injury. It's up in the air. Antrell Roll has a punt return for a touchdown, has an interception return for a touchdown on opening night. Mo Sykes the tip, and number 6 has the 6.
Early 90s when Miami was winning all those national championships, what's the one thing that you think about? If there was ever a tip ball and an interception, it was a race to the goal line. Forget the guy carrying the ball. Who's going to get there first? And Antrell Roll takes it.
There?
Look at this, the whole team, they're all going. It's a race. Get in there, fellas. Get in there. Antrell Roll takes it in. Touchdown, Canes.
12 left. Actually, he's coming back across to the sideline. He was there on special teams. Watch this grab he made on the McCown incompletion. McCown just throwing it away. You know, that's his nature. I'm just going to go catch it.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Actually, that actually calls for the Heisman pose after that catch.
that one, you live with it?
Yeah, you can do it on that one.
As he said, used in conversations and meetings. It was quickly dismissed by everyone involved, and as Peyton catches this and goes out of bounds on his gain out of the backfield. Louisiana Tech products. Teresa Witherspoon, one of the finest women's basketball players. The throw to Devin Hester. Takes him inside the 20-yard line. A first down for Miami, so Crudup complete on his first pass of the season.
Amazing. One mistake.
Peyton between the tackles, running hard. Jared Payton close to the first down. Mark at the 9.
You're not saying it's going to ruin their season.
I think
into a back. It's such a blessing and a burden to be the son of Walter Payton, follow and be a running back. If he was a linebacker, it would almost be different. There's a lot of pressure that he has to handle, and you root for the kid. He turns the corner here, smells the end zone, and gets in. Touchdown. And you know what that salute was all about. Kyle Cobia made the block. And for the 4th time in his Miami career, first time since the 2001 season, Jared Payton gets into the end zone for 6. Powerful his arm was, and he was not just a guy who was known around Louisiana. He was the National High School Player of the Year. Tyrone Moss, another freshman, getting his drive each half, guys. He looked as best as he looked all night. Crudup on the run. The pass is caught by Devin Hester, who has some blocks.
This is the guy, right?
He's got ridiculous speed. He's out of bounds at the 24-yard line, and this is one of those tough spots for Larry Coker. You're throwing the ball 45-9 because these guys need to get some experience because you don't know when they're a play away. They're still darn good. I know Pitt's getting better. I know Virginia Tech's better. I know where they play their games, but this is the Canes. I mean, come on. Let's deal with reality.
Yeah, for a guy
last year for Miami, off to a great start here. Derek Crudup, the backup, stays in. Flag comes down as Tyrone Moss. NC State, Maryland, Georgia Tech. That's just our schedule through October. Going to be a fun year on Thursdays. Great way to start the college football weekend. It's our final score, 48-9, Miami wins.